Okay, students, from your announcements, your first priority is to make sure you have finished the game and the post-test. Then get your packet out and a pencil and a calculator, and you can work in partners. Stay at your computer station and finish that packet. Keep up with it. Do not lose it. Remember, it counts as a test grade. I will see you again on Monday, and we will take the next step and go over it and review. Just try to complete it and mind your manners and stay in your area. If you finish that early, you can start on ignition if you want to. Again, this was optional. You do not have to do it. So that's a possibility. The instructions on how to begin ignition are right below. You set up your username, last name, first name, and use your network password, the one y'all say is weird for that. Remember, when you start something like that, your birthday is January 1st, 1999. Go ahead and take the survey. For A1, you'll start with the registration code of this. A2, you'll need to copy and paste that. A3, you'll copy and paste. Oh, I'm sorry. This is for B day. So B5, I'm sorry. This is what the registration code that you'll need, and then you'll set up your user information, and then B7 and B8. Okay. Again, this is not a requirement, it's optional. The OR is, the next thing we're going to start is Excel, which is a spreadsheet. So I am going to go to modules. And the first thing that you're going to do is go through this spreadsheet. And yes, it was created by somebody else that shared with everybody. But you'll just flip through this and read it to understand. This is what Excel looks like. This is called the worksheet. An individual spot is a cell. Up and down is a column, like columns on a house. Across are called rows. Okay. This little box right here is referred to as the name box, but it tells you where your cursor is at the time. So anyway, let's say the formula bar is right there. So when you're putting things in a cell, you'll see your information going in right there. There's columns, row, cell. Active cell, what I've already said, it shows you where you are. Sheet tab, they're down at the bottom. By default, you have 3 sheets, but you can have as many as, I've forgotten how many, but just you can keep adding them like little pieces of paper. Alright, your scroll bar, it gets you around. But if you get too far into the spreadsheet, if you'll hit Control and Home, like a home run, it'll bring you back to A1. Okay? So, let's see. Arrange is simply a selection of either an entire row of data or a column. And it's identified like that. I don't expect you to remember that right now, but just know when something's selected, it's considered a range. And a function is a shortcut to have a formula. So this is the shortcut to add B2 through B3. And usually it's a lot more cells than that. It would be B2 through B20 or 120. So that's what's great about functions. They'll do the work for you. Okay? So now you don't have to open it. I just went through it. Alright, so next, sample spreadsheet. This is what I call the Mendenhall tutorial that you're watching and listening to now. I'm going to open up a spreadsheet and I'm going to go over these things as quickly as I can. So you're going to have to hit pause and rewind because I'm going to go fast. Okay? So here we go. This is a spreadsheet that normally we would build together in class. Okay? But I'm going to just start by showing you this. So when I get back, some of you will be ready to go and you'll be able to help some of your classmates. Okay, so okay, there was the intercom interruption, so I had to stop it and start over. But anyway, where you have something already, I can select that cell and make it the active cell. I can hit delete, or I can hit Control Z, and it will put it back. If I just start typing, for instance, B5, it replaces what's in that cell. Okay. Now, obviously, I started this last year with them on October the 16th. I think we actually did the lesson on the 20th, so we're not too far behind. But anyway, just real quick, if I wanted to center a column heading, just like you would in Microsoft Word, you just hit center. So I can click and drag across all of those headings and hit center. Okay? Your values are always right justified. So I'm just going to, in that cell, it's called F2, I'm just going to type in a number, and I want you to see how it automatically goes to the right. So to delete it, I'm just on that cell and I'm hitting the delete key. Alright, a total. This is the function for total. So I'm simply going to go to auto sum, click on sum, and Excel looks for the values. So you see how that is selected, and it says equal sum, parentheses, B4 through E4. Well, this is B4, and that's E4, so that formula is correct, and I press enter. If I want to drag that down without copying, the trick is, do you see that little handle right there? And hang on, it's called autofill. You grab that handle and you drag it down, and it will automatically fill in that formula. So look here, that is B5 through E5. So that automatically copied the formula and it corrected it and updated it. Okay, so we have B10 through E10, but there's nothing here. So I'm going to go to auto sum again, and it's looking for that range. If it accidentally picks up your heading here, you've got to make sure that you drag it down and it only calculates your values. Alright, and this is auto updating. So now I can grab the autofill, click and hold and drag across, and check that out. Now those are all bold, so I'm going to go over here and hit bold. Okay. Alright, currency and comma format. Right now this is in currency format in 2 decimal places. I'm going to show you how to go to just general. Okay, so when you type in the numbers from scratch, when you're just entering numbers in, it looks like that. Okay, you have to format your values for it to have a dollar sign or 2 decimal places. Well, when you hit currency here, it goes into accounting format by default. So you want to always drop down and choose currency like that. And then you also have this drop down menu. Come on. There it goes. Where I can put it in currency in 2 decimal places or currency in no decimal places and click OK. Alright, but obviously the default is 2 decimal places, but check this out. I can increase decimal places here and then decrease if I change my mind. Okay, so usually in accounting situations we don't have dollar signs except on the first row and the last row. Okay, so that particular item is blank, so we really need a 0 there to make sure that whoever's using the spreadsheet knows that that was not left blank or left out by accident. Okay, so let's see. Currency and comma format. Well, we don't have one that needs a comma, but let me fake one so we do. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just bought a lot of clothes. Oh no, look at that. You've got what y'all call hashtags and I call number signs. Okay, that simply means that the number won't fit. So you go up to the right of the column and double click and it will increase so you can see what's in that cell. Okay, so it'll just automatically increase. You can click and drag it, but when I make it too small, I just go there and double click and it will auto fit or auto correct. Alright, put this in comma format. All you have to do is that right there. Alright, it's that simple. Let's see. Justification, I showed you that. It works just like it does in Word. If you're centering something, go here. If you need it to write justify there. You can have something float in the middle, but the default's at the bottom. Simple total, I did that. I copied the formula. A what if? What if simply means, well, what if we take that amount out? It auto updates using the formula, so I can change that amount to 15 and that shows you your total $70. Adding rows and columns, we've done that. Oh, no we didn't. I need to add a row. So let's just say we're going to delete the whatever row. You simply go to, I think it's actually on the home tab, and you're on the home tab. We're going to delete the whatever row and go right here to delete sheet row, and boom, it's gone. If you realize you've made a mistake, Control Z and it's back. Alright, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to delete it, and then we'll pretend that we need to add another one. We need a row for just chocolate. So I'm going to go to insert and insert sheet row, and it just puts it in. Okay, so chocolate, and for week 1 we're going to budget $5, week 2 $7, week 3 $9. Do you see how the formulas are keeping up with your totals? Week 4 $12, and then all I have to do is go back here and again autofill the formula and it'll correct that. Okay, alright, let's see what else. It's adding and deleting rows. I didn't do columns, but it works the same way. If I needed to add a week 5, which we don't usually have 5 weeks in a month, you just go insert sheet column, and it put it to the left of my cursor, so Alright, so I'm going to hit